Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you? I hope he enjoyed his first night in that cell last night, because he's going to have many nights to think about what the he did.
So Jeff MetCalf just went off on the black community, and some people are saying that this is the most disrespectful, most racist rant that they'd never heard in their life. Now, if you seen my last video, I talked about a YouTube video I saw from last year where an attorney by the name of the lead attorney on here, y'all go check his channel out. He basically predicted the outcome in this Carmelo Anthony case. And I think Jeffrey might have seen this video, because a lot of the stuff that he said in his rant is in comparison to some of the stuff that this attorney said, if that makes sense, when he started talking about Dominique Alexander and how he was the person chose to represent the family, and him being frustrated with Carmelo's parents going on this press run, still making this about a race thing. Like, y'all just check this out, because this is kind of crazy, and I'm gonna keep my opinion to the end. And if you're new to the channel, it's T-RaeTv. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment down below. Over here, I don't give lies or spin narratives. I just say what I feel. Let's go.
His family is also talking tonight. They believe the trial was unfair from the start. They do plan to appeal. Our Ken Molestina to continue now our team coverage.
A day after the trial, Carmelo Anthony's parents, Andrew Anthony and Kayla Hayes, sat down to break their silence and to let the world know how they're feeling as their son begins his 35-year sentence for murder. Despite what a jury found, his parents dispute their son ever wanted to kill Austin Metcalf.
My son is no murderer. My son didn't intend to hurt anyone. My son was defending himself. And that's what hurt so bad.
His mother recounts the moment she addressed the jury and made her plea to them during the sentencing phase.
To have mercy on my son. That's what I told the jury. I know they had their minds made up already. So, I mean, really wasn't much I could say to change their mind.
Both parents fighting back emotions and tears as they described what they believe was a flawed trial.
We were delusional. We thought we was going to get a fair shake.
They claimed there were inconsistencies from the get-go, despite witnesses who took an oath vowing to tell the truth.
Everyone actually lied on the stand.
Everyone.
All of the witnesses' statements.
People look at the jurors in this case and go, regardless of what was going on outside of the courtroom, regardless of all the protesting and all the stuff that, you know, the black community was doing to play their part in this, is nothing that the family could have done to soften this situation, because Carmelo was screwed from the jump. Like, it was a lose-lose situation from the jump. And if you looking at it in color, that could be true to a certain degree, but I want to just ask people something. I want to ask y'all something, the ones that's watching. This is a real question, man. If Austin's father has been screaming this whole time that this is not about racism, I'm forgiving. I done forgave your kid. You know, I just want peace. I want justice at the end of the day, but in the grand scheme, I want peace. Do you still believe that this was unfair when it comes to color, when it comes to the jurors doing what they was assigned to do, when it comes to everything that was dealing with this case? Like, do you still think that this was an unfair trial, or do you think that this was still circled around racism when you got one of the parents basically saying, I'm not racist?
You never once admitted or took accountability. You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest. I come to pray with you. Hire a convicted, baby-shaking felon who's only in it for the money, who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference. Oh, funny, I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I left when asked. I didn't stab anyone. And then you proceeded to gaslight me with your convicted felon, quote, advocate? Minister? Minister of what? Minister irrelevant? Minister of bullshit? How about minister? Y'all think I'm a saint? I'm no saint. I'm as human as you. I have emotions. Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't sin, because I don't walk on water and I don't turn into wine. And anybody else can, step up. Don't become kicking rocks in my backyard. Look in your own. The display of adults on the internet. If your children saw how you acted, would you be proud? Or is that what you teach them? Do you teach them that racism is okay? Do you teach them? Do you program your kids to hate, to kill? From day one, I said this was never about race. Please don't make it about race and don't politicize it.
I feel like it's unfortunate what happened. And it's crazy too, because it's literally a black person versus a white person. So regardless of what happened outside the courtroom, what's tied to the case is a black kid versus a white kid. But when I'm looking at the weapon and somebody bringing a knife on school campus and you kill somebody, it's just hard for me to kind of like look past that. I don't know. It seemed like it was gonna be hard to beat that in my eye. Like, no matter what you think or feel, whatever the reason was for what Carmelo did, it happened on school campus. He had a weapon on school campus. Now, if it had happened anywhere else outside of school, on the street, in a grocery store, in a gas station, then we got something that we can fight with. But at some point, we just got to look at detail in this and take some type of accountability. It's tough to talk about it because, like I said, it's literally a black kid versus a white kid. But take your feelings out of this. Look at what really happened. We just kind of got to set a better example and teach a little different from this point on. And this is just a sidebar before I get into the rest of the video, what Jeff MetCalf said. We can tell our kids stuff like this. If somebody bothering you at school, if somebody put their hands on you out there in the street and they bigger than you, you pick up something and you knock the mess out of. Like, I come from parents that used to tell me stuff like that. But do I still got a mind of my own and have sense of conscience and a heart to just do the right thing, even though they giving me this type of advice as a kid? Yes. Because even though they telling me to defend myself, nobody is telling me to go out here and kill somebody at 16, 17, 18 years old. So I was having a conversation the other day, and I just was like, I wonder if at some point in Carmelo's life, did somebody give him bad advice on defending himself in the street? Or did someone influence him because of the environment that he was in to just carry a weapon like that? And is you hit first or you stab first and ask questions later? Like, he could have really easily been taught that from somebody or heard these type of conversations and somebody telling you this is how you should defend yourself, and he really took that in a literal sense and did that for real. I don't know, man. That's just something that I thought about a couple of days ago.
The race card, black fatigue, it's real. I'm sorry. You have embarrassed your own culture and race. Don't get me wrong. We got white people that embarrass the shit out of me too. But you guys, you got a patent on that. And the only people that's going to change it are you. Don't blame the white person because we can't change it. But you're going to blame the white person for everything else.
Do I think racism exists? Of course. That's a dumb question. Or if you sit up here and you think that I think that racism don't exist, that ain't what I'm saying. I know racism exists. But do I think all white people are racist? No. Just like I don't think that all black people are criminals. Just like I don't think all black people are bad. But every race got a basket of bad apples in the book. And that's why I said in my last video, and I keep saying it, I just feel like we should have just stayed out of this one. We really should have just sat back and waited on the outcome. And then if we got a reason to turn up, then we'll turn up behind him getting his 35 when this should have been some self-defense or should have been some manslaughter type situation. But how we just jumped out the window playing the victim in this man and just making this about racism, I ain't gonna lie, like it's too much stuff to look at and say that this could have been avoided to a certain degree. There's too many things to look at and look at kids being kids and just go, man, maybe they were taught wrong through older people, or this was just testosterone as them being athletes. Like, it's too many other things for me, just me, to look at before I just make this a race thing. I feel like the adults in this, the grown people, was the problem in this.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing. Drew Anthony, you're a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk. What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? Hey, Kevin Hayes, you liar. Day after it happened, how many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Remember you said you'd come to Frisco, buddy? You're supposed to find me. I told you we could sit down and talk. That's all you do. Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. You're the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture.
Again, I can look past all this stuff that other people would consider to be racial and consider to be foul and messed up and just go, man, this ain't nothing but the same stuff that I done seen online before that he's saying in the comment section of a TikTok video or something that's on YouTube, something that's on Facebook, Instagram. It's like he ain't saying nothing racial that we ain't heard before or we ain't been seen before on the internet when it come to white people and how they feel about black people online. Even with the baby shaking felon stuff. See, he's saying that because, again, that come from this attorney page. The lead attorney, that's his name on here. That's the name that he gave Dominique Alexander. That's what he was saying in his video last year whenever he was bringing up his criminal charges and the stuff that he had been arrested for and what he went to jail for a few years back. So this man ain't doing nothing but regurgitating a lot of stuff that he done set up and read and watched and researched, and he just on one right now. If you let this make you mad, man, you crazy. You crazy.
Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you? I hope he enjoyed his first night in that cell last night, because he's going to have many nights to think about what the he did.
Bottom line, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll come back and make a video and admit that I'm wrong, but I just don't see no real racism right here. I'm from Mississippi. I know real racism when I see it. And I don't see it in this video. I don't see it in the rant to even signify him being racist on the wall or anything like man, this dude just up here tripping, bro. He tripping, and he kind of just sitting up here just calling out all the typical nigga shit that everybody else be tired of, and it's like, maybe that's why I done built tough skin over time, and I'm able to look past some of the shit that he's saying and don't even just consider it racist, because it's like, man, everybody then took their platform on the internet and became so vocal now to where you can't even just take shit personal no more. Even if a person right or wrong and they make you feel some type of way, you just have to let them just be who they is on their platform and just keep on scrolling. And sometimes if you just sit back and you just think and reflect on certain stuff in your community, you know your people. You know your people. It's just messed up to hear somebody that's white say these type of things. But if this dude was black right now, had he not lost his kid, why is it that we can criticize each other all day and talk the most shit about each other, or be ready to hold each other in right or wrong? But when somebody outside critique and criticize, they can't say shit. But we sit up here and we talk about everybody else. We say all type of shit. I got a whole book, or not literally, but it's so much like white shit that I can say if I got mad, like the crack white jokes, to say like my little white little racist shit or whatever. Just if I'm fucked up about something, do it, then make it right. No, and would I ever say it online? Of course not. But they just go to show you like shit. This shit go on both sides, man, and they put just as much jokes as far as or just bullshit or criticism when it comes to white people online in comments and shit, black people do, that as white people do, vice versa. If I'm saying that right. That shit starting to go hand in hand now, like the internet and how people just take their platforms and you can do whatever, you can say whatever now. Man, you know how people feel now. And the only thing you can do is respect it. And like he said in the video, if you want to blame somebody, blame yourself, because at the end of the day, in order for certain stuff to change, if people do look at us a certain way, we are continuing to be stereotyped as a whole. Everybody, if people really do sit around and think that when you step outside your door, you are the target, you are the person that's the problem, then we got to stop doing the goofy shit. We got to be able to see stuff that we do sometime and hold each other accountable and go like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. I just say this, like, look at all the challenges that we got online right now in our community, like the pineapple challenge. We eating all this fucked up ass food and shit, like with the type of stuff that we do, like, and then we get mad when other people just look at us and go like, man, what the fuck, y'all? Is y'all all right? This look like a social experiment right now. This some CIA trying to depopulate y'all type shit? When people get talking like that, we feel offended. But while we doing this stuff and having our fun or whatever, we don't even be seeing how our mind is really deteriorating from our own dumb shit, the stuff that we bring on ourselves. So it's kind of hard for me to, again, look at two things. I'm gonna just close this. It's hard for me to not feel where this man coming from to a certain degree, because his son got killed on school campus somewhere where a weapon should have never been on to begin with. It's just hard for me to look past that. And two, I feel like maybe Carmelo would have got a lesser sentence or a lesser charge if the outsiders, the adults, the people that didn't have nothing to do with this at all, if they had to just stayed over there and just prayed and sent they prayer from a distance instead of going outside, he would have got something different. He maybe would have got manslaughter, or he probably would have got self-defense, or he might have not got no time at all. I showed you an attorney yesterday in my last video that I did, where he gave you like 4 or 5 different scenarios where people did things way worse than this Carmelo situation. And it wasn't black people either. It was white people in these videos. It was like white on white crime type shit. It was athletes in there too, but it was even. It wasn't just about the blacks. He showed white situations too, where people did crazy shit, and because they went about the situation totally different, they handled their consequences of their actions and how they felt, and their approach was totally different. They got a lesser sentence. They got lesser charges. They got slaps on the wrist. They got a second chance. So I don't know, man. It do be seeming like it be us sometimes. We just don't like to hear about ourselves, man, especially when it be coming from outside. Like I just said, when we barely be want to hear each other tell us about ourselves. So we damn sure ain't trying to hear what nobody else got to say, and somebody got to be willing to listen at some point, or the cycle is just gonna continue. It's gonna continue, and we gonna keep passing down dumb shit, generation after generation after generation after generation, because it teach your kid to be reactive in a violent way first without teaching them how to fight and defend themselves. I think that's kind of crazy. If you ain't teaching your kid how to fight, but you teaching your kid, that ain't no different than the YN era, when we be sitting around here and we talking about these dudes around here crashing out, shooting up the clubs or shooting up the mall and all that stuff out after one altercation or one bump in or one incident. It ain't no different. So, man, and y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And that's it. That's all. I'm out.